My name is Rob Head, and I'm Senior Director at Thomson Reuters Legal Business in Asia and Emerging Markets. It's an exciting time to be working in the legal industry, with the adoption of AI leading the agenda of many organizations. In-house legal teams and private practice firms are seeking out the efficiencies and the advantages that generative AI can provide. Here in the Middle East, Thomson Reuters are investing significantly to support the capabilities of the legal profession. In 2024, it was a year of launches for Thomson Reuters, including the introduction of Co-Counsel, our AI legal assistant, and the launch of new practical law content specifically for the Middle East. Also, the launch of Westlaw Middle East on our new enhanced global legal technology platform. 2025 promises to be another year of strong investment, and for Westlaw Middle East, this will focus on content, including new prestigious legal commentary content. I'm delighted, therefore, to be joined by Essam Al Tamimi, the chairman of Al Tamimi Company, the Middle East's largest law firm, and a recognized leader himself in arbitration and dispute resolution.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Oh, thank you for coming, and I'm delighted to work with Thomson Reuters and happy to be part of their publication.
Thank you. I wondered if you might start by sharing your personal philosophy on artificial intelligence and how you're looking to apply this within the firm here.
I actually have a little bit of radical view on this.
Okay.
And with an aggressive view on artificial intelligence, because it comes from the big way that I believe in it. I'm a huge believer in the artificial intelligence and the changes that arbitration intelligence is going to bring to businesses across the board, lawyers, law firms, healthcare, and the disturbance that they're going to create around practitioners and law firms. I believe anyone who doesn't embrace AI or be part of it is basically, in my opinion, you're going to miss the train. Any organization, whether governments, law firms, healthcare, businesses, if they don't embrace the artificial intelligence as part of their culture and DNA and get people to train to do this, they're going to have a lot of challenges to be competitive and to speak the same vocabulary and to be able to service their clients or be able to compete with their competitors. So we take it from a number of angles. We have an Al Tamimi Academy. We're trying to introduce this culture within Al Tamimi Academy to our young lawyers and our training. We're trying to invest heavily. If you'd ask one of the single departments that we heavily invest in Al Tamimi, it will be our IT system. But you realize that artificial intelligence is not an IT. It's part of its IT, but it's actually a lot of it for the practitioner and users. It's beyond just basically having the IT system. It's the user. So we're also trying to train the lawyers and the practitioners and the firms to use this. We believe there is a huge benefit for in the quality of work, the speed in which we could turn advisors around, and the costs, which is a huge concern to clients, in which we could turn the costs in a most effective. But all this could happen if you really go and dig deep into the artificial intelligence. Because if you just kind of scratch the surface and use ChatGPT, or you're trying to basically have a bigger server in the office to try to get maybe emails sent faster, that's not AI. I always say, and when I talk to my colleagues in the office, if you want to understand AI, you have to look at it in the angle of a 15 or 16 years old kid, where everything's now done with them when they want to do things electronically from the hand of their phone. And whether it's basically their foods, their homeworks, their essays, their relationship with their teacher at school is done. The culture, the wiring of that brain is done differently. So unless you basically start wiring your brain in a different way, you will not be able to catch up with AI, because it's truly going to be, whether you like it or not, in anything you think with AI, the future is about 10 steps ahead of you. So whatever you do, you need to make 3-step jumps to catch up with AI. So what which concerns me most in terms of us trying to embrace AI and trying to work with our clients on AI is that I want to be ahead of the game. I don't want to be in the tail of this progress. And I'm a big believer that changing the server or trying to getting a toy to talk to you on the screen, that's not an AI. AI, when it basically gets into the core of your business and be able to help you and become more competitive, provide better service to the clients. So that culture should come first, for you to be able to embrace AI. And that's why when I started talking to you, that's where the radical comes from.
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting to get your perspective on how it needs to be pervasive in the culture of what you're doing and how you're operating. Yeah. What are your clients asking you about AI at the moment? Are they giving you specific questions or challenges that you're having to help them with?
We work for a lot of technology clients, and we are on the start of where basically they start telling us where they have to deal with things in a particular way, in terms of dealing with their works, communication, and style. You probably know that we have actually brought in a system that we have subscribed to help us with our legal advisors and research and development. And we tried to do similar to a little bit what you do in the Westlaw and your database and things. A lot of the clients now want, with the use of AI, you can easily scan the entire law when it comes to property law or employment law. And they don't expect from you to charge them a lot of money for this. So I can scan the entire real estate law and tell them what's the law relating to basically selling a property or developing a property, because they didn't want to go to pay the fee on a more sophisticated issues relating to REIT or joint venture or advice. But telling them a few principles about what the law says about a particular area of law, they actually expect very little charge on that or no charge. And we are only able to do this with the use of technology. So internally, we're actually changing our culture now and trying to get all these laws under one platform, and where we could, with the push of a button, we get all the decrees, circulars, laws that relating to a particular area. For example, let's take an employment law, for example. It's a massive when it comes to talking about employment. Let's talk about very complex issue. Free zones. How many free zones in the UAE? And each free zones have its own rules and regulations. If a client today want me to give me a comparison, what's the pro and cons of setting up in an X free zone or Y free zone? It will take me quite a few days to provide him with an advice, and he's probably going to have to pay a lot of money for it. And today, clients are not willing to pay for such as basic advice a lot of money. With the use of AI, and with me storing all these regulation and circulars of different free zone, I can utilize the advice to the clients in a very most cost-effective way. So that's the route we're taking to trying to help clients reduce costs, be more efficient, getting their lawyers to basically work on differently. And hopefully, by doing all this, we'll be ahead of our competitors, or we will be at least compatible.
Well, it sounds like you've got a very forward-thinking approach to it, and it sounds like the clients are engaging with you very positively with it, which is exciting. Are there any challenges for the firm that you see in that space as a result of these changes, and are you having to adapt your own models and operating mechanisms to fit those challenges?
Yes. The biggest challenge, I think, from my view, and that's my view, it's the human talent. Now with the electronic assets, fintech, bitcoins, the data and how important data become and how quick that can be processed. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, on this specialized area of law, to find quickly the right skilled lawyers to be able to, because the technology has progressed, and there's many talented fintech, talented young people that basically works around, including the DIFC. Lawyers and law, including regulation, has not progressed as fast as the technology. So we are always catching up with the technology. And the biggest talent challenge I think we're facing today, and we're trying to invest in, is to be to have some experience in that area of law, and to train the young lawyers in that particular area of law, and to be able to catch up with the technology, because the technology is definitely moving faster than the regulator and the lawyers. And that's why you find many countries today either struggling with regulation, or probably do over-regulation because they are not familiar with what's happening or coming. And part of the over-regulation, I think, because the skilled people are not, or those who is regulating today, have this mindset of the past rather than the future.
Well, thank you. So I'll just round up there. So I'm excited to tell viewers and listeners that Essam's book, A Practitioner's Guide to Arbitration in the Middle East, is available for purchase from Sweden Maxwell in print and ebook formats. It will also soon be added to the new Westlaw Middle East service for digital access for the subscribers. So please contact your local Thomson Reuters representative to find out more about Westlaw or our AI products and services. Otherwise, it just remains for me to say thank you, Essam Al Tamimi. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Enjoy the discussion.
Thank you.
And a pleasure. And I'm really pleased about the publication of the book and the support of Thomson Reuters.
Thank you.